Have you ever found yourself in a place like a really busy sports bar, maybe a high-tech casino, or even, one of those amazing luxury home theaters, and you look around and wonder, how on earth do they manage all of the screens, sending so many different videos to different displays all at the same time? And it just works. It looks seamless, but it's got to be complex behind the scenes, right? Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a really close look at a piece of hardware that's, well, it's pretty much central to making those kinds of setups happen. We're talking about the WolfPack 4K 60Hz 4.4 16 by 16 HDMI Matrix Switch. Quite a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. And our mission today for this deep dive is really to go beyond just, reading off a feature list from the product page. We're going to extract the core capabilities, really understand what makes this thing tick, and then explore where you'd actually use it, the real-world applications. Basically give you a shortcut to understanding the power behind this kind of advanced AV distribution. It's not just about the wires and ports, it's about what it actually lets you do.
Okay, makes sense. So let's start simple. The basics. What exactly is a 16 by 16 HDMI Matrix Switch, this WolfPack unit we're looking at? It sounds like a kind of central command hub.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. Essentially, it lets you connect 16 different HDMI sources, think media players, game consoles, cable boxes, streamers, whatever you've got, and connect those to 16 different HDMI displays. So TVs, monitors, projectors.
16 sources to 16 displays, wow.
Exactly. And the matrix part, that's the key. It means you can route any one of those 16 sources to any one of the 16 displays. Or you could send the same source to, say, 5 displays, or all 16 if you wanted, all at the same time.
Total flexibility then. Any input to any output or multiple output.
Precisely. And it does this with some serious technical muscle under the hood. That's where the value really shows. When we talk high-resolution video, this switch supports up to 4K, specifically 4K 2K at 60 Hz with YUV 4.4.4 color sampling.
Okay, great. 4K 60 Hz sounds familiar, but YUV 4.4.4. What does that really mean for the picture quality? Is that something you'd actually notice? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, especially on good displays. So 4.4.4 means it's using full uncompressed color information for every single pixel. A lot of consumer gear uses, say, 4.2.2 or 4.2.0, which compresses the color data to save bandwidth. And usually that's fine, but with 4.4.4, you avoid potential issues like color banding, especially in vibrant reds or blues or subtle details getting lost. For high-end gaming, critical graphics work, or just getting the absolute best movie picture, that 4.4.4 makes a visible difference.
Got it. So it's delivering the absolute full quality signal. And you mentioned bandwidth.
Right. It boasts an 18 gigabits per second video bandwidth. That's the maximum for the HDMI 2.0 spec. It's crucial for handling that uncompressed 4K 60 4.4.4 signal smoothly, along with high-end audio without any kind of bottleneck.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just any 4K. It's like the best quality 4K single path. What about the newer stuff we hear about all the time, like HDR? Is it ready for that?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's fully ready for the latest visual enhancements. It supports all the major HDR formats. We're talking standard HDR, HDR10, HDR10 plus Ottoman, Dolby Vision, and HLG.
Wow, that's the whole list, pretty much.
Exactly. So you don't need to worry about compatibility, Whatever fancy new Blu-ray or streaming content you throw at it or next-gen console, it's going to pass through that HDR signal, giving you those really vivid colors and deep contrast. It's future-proof in that sense.
And compatibility with gear, for HDMI standards and all that.
Yep, fully compliant with HDMI 2.0B and, really importantly, HDCP 2.2 and older 1.x versions.
HTTP, that's the copy protection thing, right?
That's the one. HDCP 2.2 is essential for most commercial 4K content streaming services, Blu-rays, consoles. Without it, you often just get a blank screen or a lower resolution. So having that compliance is absolutely vital. It also supports DVO 1.0, which is handy for connecting to some older, more professional monitors or projectors that might still use DVI.
Okay, so the video side sounds incredibly robust. Top-tier quality, HDR, all the compatibility checks. But, it's never just about the picture, is it? Sound is just as important for the whole experience. What's it doing on the audio front?
You're absolutely spot on. Sound is critical, and yeah, this handles it well. It manages multi-channel, high-resolution digital audio straight from your sources. It passes through HDMI audio up to 7.1 channel HD audio.
So like the formats you get on Blu-rays.
Exactly. Things like LPCM, Dolby True HD, and DTS HD master audio, the uncompressed high-fidelity stuff. So your sound quality matches the picture quality.
Nice. And any other audio tricks?
Yes, a couple of really useful ones. It supports ARC, that's audio return channel from the displays.
Right, so audio from the TV's smart apps, for example.
Precisely. That audio can travel back down the HDMI cable from the TV to the matrix and then get sent to your main audio system. And crucially, it can extract that ARC audio, or indeed the audio from any HDMI output, to dedicated coaxial digital audio ports.
Oh, okay, so separate audio outputs for each display channel.
For each of the 16 output ports, yes, there's a corresponding coaxial audio output. This is fantastic for flexibility. If you have an external audio processor, or maybe older amplifiers or soundbars that only have coaxial inputs, you can easily de-embed the audio right there.
That de-embedding sounds really useful for integrating with different audio setups. Okay, so picture and sound are top-notch. But let's get into what you mentioned earlier, what makes it easy, or maybe easier to actually use day-to-day. Especially with potentially 16 screens and 16 sources, what are the features that solve those real-world headaches? This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, this is where a device like this really justifies itself beyond just the specs. And there are a few aha features. One of the biggest ones, independent downscaling.
Downscaling. So making a 4K signal into 1080p.
Exactly. But the key is independent. Each of the 16 HDMI output ports can individually scale a 4K input down to 1080p if needed.
Oh, wow. So I don't need all my TVs to be 4K.
Correct. This is a huge deal. Imagine you have a main 4K projector, but also a smaller 1080p TV in the same zone, maybe a kitchen TV or an older display elsewhere. You can send the same 4K source, let's say, a 4K Blu-ray player, to both. The Matrix sends full 4K to the projector and simultaneously sends a perfectly scaled 1080p version to the other TV.
All automatically, without needing extra boxes.
All done internally by the Matrix per output independently. No extra converters needed, it just handles it. That solves massive compatibility headaches when you have mixed resolution displays.
That sounds like a genuine game changer for integrating older gear or just having flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, what about controlling this beast? 16 inputs, 16 outputs. How do you manage this switching?
You've got a whole range of options, which is great. For simple direct control, there are buttons right on the front panel, and it comes with a standard IR remote.
Okay, basic stuff covered.
Yep. But then for more serious control, you have RS-232. That's the serial connection used by professional control systems. Think Crestron, Control4, Savant, that kind of thing. Allows for deep integration and automation.
Right, for the custom installers.
Exactly. And you also have LAN control. Connect it to your network, and you can control it via TCP/IP commands, or, even better, using its built-in Web GUI.
Oh, a Web GUI. So like a web page I can access?
Precisely. You just type the Matrix's IP address into any browser on your network. Could be your laptop, a tablet, even your phone. And up pops this graphical interface where you can see all your inputs and outputs and just click or tap to route signals, save presets, configure settings. It's really powerful and quite intuitive.
So I could be sitting on the couch with my iPad and change what's showing on any TV in the house.
If it's all connected through this Matrix, absolutely. That remote web access is incredibly convenient.
That does sound powerful. Does that Web GUI do anything else interesting?
Yes, another neat feature is CEC control integration within the Web GUI.
CEC. Consumer Electronics Control. The thing that lets my TV remote control my Blu-ray player sometimes.
That's the one. This Matrix, via its Web GUI, can send basic CEC commands out to compatible displays and even into compatible sources. So from the Matrix's interface, you might be able to turn TVs on or off, adjust volume on some devices, or maybe send play-pause commands to a source.
Huh. So the Matrix becomes even more of a central controller.
It can, yeah. Simplifies things further. And one more technical thing that helps smooth operation is smart ED management.
ED, that's the handshake thing between devices.
Exactly. Extended display identification data. It's how a display tells a source what resolutions and formats it supports. Sometimes this handshake fails, leading to no picture. This Matrix has advanced ED management, allowing you to copy ED from displays or use preset EDs to help ensure the source always sends a compatible signal, preventing those annoying handshake problems.
Okay, so independent downscaling, loads of control options, including a powerful Web GUI with CEC and smart ED that really covers the flexibility and control side. So putting it all together, where would you actually see one of these in action? Who is this $2,000 piece of kit really for?
Right. It's definitely designed for those larger, more demanding multi-display setups. Think about casinos. They're a prime example. Managing banks of TVs showing different feeds, sports books, or large sports bars trying to show every game imaginable on different screens. This gives them that central control.
Yeah, I can picture that.
Definitely. Supermarkets and shopping malls using digital signage for advertising across many screens. Churches distributing live feeds or presentations to overflow rooms or lobbies. Data control centers where operators need to view multiple sources on multiple monitors. Conference rooms, boardrooms, education facilities, training centers needing flexibility in routing content.
So commercial and professional spaces mainly.
Primarily, yes, but also high-end residential. Luxury homes, dedicated home theaters where someone wants distributed video throughout the entire house, the ability to watch any source in any room, seamlessly.
Makes sense. And you mentioned the practical design.
Yeah, it's a standard 1U rack-mounted design, so it fits neatly into equipment racks. It also has a little OLED display on the front panel for basic status info and IP address, which is handy for setup.
And the price, $2,000.
Yeah.
How does that sit in the market for this kind of device?
For a 16x16 matrix with 4K 60, 4.4.4, 18 GBps bandwidth, HDR, independent downscaling, and this level of control, it's actually quite competitively priced for the professional market. It's specialized gear, obviously, and it's sold by HDTV Supply, Inc. They've been around for, 24 years in the AV space, so they have experience.
And any warranty or compliance things to know?
Yeah, it comes with a 1-year warranty, and it's TAA compliant.
TA?
Trade Agreements Act. That basically means it's manufactured in the U.S. or a designated country, which is often a requirement for government contracts or certain large corporate purchases. It speaks to its suitability for those kinds of professional installs.
Right. Okay, so definitely a pro-level piece of equipment, but with features that solve real problems in complex setups. Well, we've certainly taken a deep dive into this WolfPack 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch. It's really clear this isn't just, a simple splitter or switch. It's a proper command center for pretty sophisticated AV environments. A ton of flexibility and high-end performance to what can be really complex signal routing challenges.
Absolutely. And if you kind of step back and look at the bigger picture, it raises an interesting question for you, listening at home or wherever you are. Imagine what becomes possible when distributing high-quality video and audio just isn't a bottleneck anymore, when it's fluid, controllable, seamless. How could that change the way we experience, say, public spaces like museums or airports, or how we collaborate in work environments, or even just how we enjoy entertainment in our own homes? When you can effortlessly send any content to any screen exactly how you want it, this kind of technology really empowers truly integrated, customized experiences on a pretty grand scale. It lets you shape the whole audiovisual